Welcome back. This is not, I repeat, this is not a throwback. We're here, all three of us. How you doing, guys?
Not well.
Good. Well, yeah. Better than you, E. Doing better than you.
I'm sick.
6'7"?
So I'm 6'7".
Yeah.
So if I mute, it's because I'm having a cough attack.
Which is dead now.
So why is it dead?
Well, according to my son now, he's like he hears like all his teachers and stuff doing 6'7" jokes and adults. So now when the kids hear all the adults doing the 6'7" jokes, now they know it's time to move on.
It's time to move on.
I mean, it was a long time for it to move on, but
Yeah.
Yo, so Halloween just passed a couple weeks ago. My kids' schools, they do like Halloween parades, and like half the teachers, their costume was a T-shirt that said 6'7" on it.
That's ridiculous, man.
Yo,
Jeez.
and you see the kids walking near the teachers, looking at them side-eye like as they're strolling through. Little kids, like second grade. It was wild.
But you guys aren't on the whole K-pop Demon Hunters vibe? Like that's not in your cribs? I mean, I know not in K's at all, but
No, my son. I mean, he has friends that have watched it, but he's not into it.
My daughter, she's 9. All her friends are on that heavy, but
it's crazy.
But she's not. Is it a movie or is it a series?
So it's a movie, but it's voiced by a real group from Korea.
Uh-huh.
And they've been the movie made the music, hugely popular. So this K-pop group is, and it's 2 groups. There's a guy group and a girl group, but I think the girl group is the real one. I don't know if the guy one is like actually a legit one.
Okay.
But and they're they've been doing the media circuits and even SNL did a skit about it. Like it's crazy. And then it took me a while for me and my wife to like finally let my daughter watch it, because just the name to me sounds wild. Demon Hunter or whatever. And it is a little, the movie's a little bit, it's like anime style, kind of anime, but the Korean version of anime, and it's cool though, but it's a little bit, for an older kid, slaying demons and demons taking souls, and you're like, yo, this 7-year-olds need to watch this for.
That's what I think was off-putting for my daughter, like that whole spiritual and like slightly demonic sort of vibe that she got from it. That's why she's not messing with it. But I who was it? Somebody was telling me recently that they sat with their older daughters, like their daughters are in their 20s, and they watch it. Like it's like a thing that they do every so often. I'm like, wait, is this a series? They're like, no, it's a movie. I'm like, how you gonna watch a movie that many times? Like in a short span of time? And it sounds like people are doing that.
We've watched it at least 4 times already, and that's not a lot, really. That's because we don't let her watch it that often. But like I kind of like, if I'm gonna be forced to watch it, I'm not mad at it. Like I'm like, it's all right, But yeah, it's strange. I don't know. I don't know if we should have stuck to our guns and not really let her watch it. But like I think on one side it's harmless. On the other side, I get the message. Like the graphic nature of like slaying these demons, and these demons coming out could be a nightmare scenario for the kids, like having nightmares.
But what was there?
You should put on Beat Street, see if she likes that.
Beat Street.
I wish. I should do K-pop Beat Street Hunters. Like it's the K-pop fighting the B-boys and B-girls.
But what was their reaction to it when they saw it? They was into it or they were scared?
Well, no. Well, my son at first he's like a little bit like I don't know, but when he gets courage from his sister. Okay. So if she's into it and she likes it, he's like, all right, cool. I'm into it. But he sees it more as like a girl thing. But because it has fighting and all this stuff, and it has a boy group, he could try. He tries to relate to it and get into it. But in the thing, it's like a whole thing where like the kids pick which one of the group they like and they identify with. My daughter dressed up as the one that she likes for Halloween. You would see all the different kids dressed up as the different ones. It's a thing.
I heard a wild story about that thing. So apparently, and maybe you know about it, like Sony Pictures, I think, was the one who originally had it or created it.
Right.
And they didn't really push it, and it kind of was just sitting there on the shelf. Netflix picked it up for like what apparently was like nothing,
Right.
and then that thing took off. I guess it was this past summer where this thing really caught fire.
Yeah.
And now that shit is like.
So how old is it originally?
I don't know. I don't think it's
probably not that old, but maybe it's a year old or something.
Yeah, I don't think it's that old. I think it's just
dude
the last couple of years.
And I'm telling you, the music is infectious. Like they're making, money hand over fist with this stuff, because I know that the group is selling out tours or shows or whatever.
Wow.
The merch is crazy. My daughter has shirts. She has a leotard for gymnastics of it. Like they have like all kinds of merch for it, man. But this is the thing, the K-pop thing is a thing that's been coming here for a minute now.
Oh man, you know how big that is? It's like they took the boy band,
Boys,
that whole formula, that whatever that guy's name was, who had,
is it Perlman? Something
Perlman? Yeah, Perlman. So you basically had the factory, right? The assembly line of doing it, and they've taken that
but they've done it even better, man.
Crazy,
like, they're killing it, and they've added all their, like everything that's dope about, Korea or like the Asian culture that, makes things cool looking, and they've added all that to it. And I was telling my wife, because I remember years ago, I don't know if my kids were born yet. Maybe my wife was pregnant. She was working at this spot, and one of her coworkers, which is someone that, didn't, obviously, maybe I'm being ignorant. She just didn't come off as someone that would be into anything outside of the U.S. She seemed very like, you look at her, I stereotyped her of what she liked. And she was just like, yeah, I love K-pop. And I'm like looking at her like, huh? And she's like, yeah, and I go, but you like it what, in English? She's like, no, I listen to the Korean songs, the versions in Korean, and I learned the Korean, and I've been to Korea like 3 times already. And
the strength of K-pop?
Yeah, she goes that she hosts like tours to Korea.
Oh snap!
Wow.
For people, for Americans, like, and I was like looking at it, like, it's not. You look at the person and you're just like, yo, like, that's like if I told you Eddie Giggs was saying that,
right?
That's how
Eddie Giggs is rapping, kid. He's about to go crazy on stage.
Flight Tetas is about to blow up.
Flight Tetas.
I don't think Kevin's on it, because he's not on social media.
Real quick, if by the time you guys hear this, it'll be past already. But
bad song for fatherhoods, but
CHP Day. No, but this is so funny though, because like,
it's just funny. It's just comedy.
If you check out the Crazy Hood Instagram page, and it's probably elsewhere, but Instagram page, there's like a mini series that the guys put together. It's like promoting CHP Day, but it's chronicling Eddie Giggs' journey to becoming a rapper. And it's hilarious. So check it out. It's
on YouTube. It's on our Crazy Hood YouTube at Who's Crazy on YouTube. And actually, this whole thing is a pilot for Eddie to do this more. We want to tackle something like this, because if anybody had followed us, we did this thing back in the days called the Sumo Chronicles with Eddie. And we did this like 20 years ago, man. And I always told Eddie, you should just be like, you could be a YouTube like sensation. Before that was a thing, and he didn't like the idea of making fun of himself. But then now, fast forward, he's seeing all these content creators killing it, so he's more open to it. And so,
just tell him to do an AI version of himself.
Nah. He made some AI clips, which you should check out. You should go to his page, man, and you get a kick out of it. He used Sora, and he has one where he's in a tight suit flying around. It's hilarious.
Let me check it out.
But anyways, we came with this idea of doing something like this, and I said, look, to the guys, Garcia, who's involved, Eddie, said, let's just do a short run where we use this kind of as a campaign to promote Crazy Hood Day, and if at the end of it everybody wants to continue doing it, then we'll take it from there. But it's been fun, man, and Eddie's actually pretty good. Like his acting is he's pretty funny, man.
Yeah, I love it. But real quick, taking it back to K-pop Demon Hunters, I just looked this up. So it has become the most viewed piece of content on Netflix ever. 236 million views. And from it, they made Billboard history with 4 simultaneous top 10 hits. That shit is crazy.
There's a funny meme or a funny thing I saw on social media and this is exactly what's happened to me. I completely relate. where you drop off the kids somewhere and you had those songs playing, then you jump back in your car and the song's playing, and the songs they're not bad, man. Like if you just take it for what it is, you're like, yo, like one of the songs sounds like a Kanye produced record, right?
Oh wow.
And they got a girl that raps in it and everything. So whatever. So I'm like, it'll be on, and I won't be quick to turn it off because it's not bad or terrible, and I'm just used to hearing it. And then like another car roll up with a dude and like look at you, and that there's a whole like social media thing, like comedy thing about that, like dads being caught listening to the K-pop Demon Hunter songs.
K-pop is such a weird name for a genre. Also, it's pretty misleading.
I mean, Korean pop. It's really actually very general.
Yeah.
The title of the movie though is a little like, all right, it's a little weird for being a kid thing.
It probably, you know what? It probably translates way differently in Korean. It probably doesn't sound as harsh, like Demon Hunter. Like it's probably like Demon Fighter, or something like that.
Yeah. Well, keep it in the whole parenting world. So, have you guys heard of?
I hope so.
This app called Joy.
No.
Okay, so it's an AI parenting app. So
it already doesn't give me joy.
So look, check this out. So the app just raised $14 million. Okay, and the whole point of it is to rebuild kind of the village that most parents have lost. So the whole takes a village to raise a child thing.
By AI?
Yes.
Fuck out of here.
So listen. The app basically, it's an on-demand parenting app, right? It's meant to be like a companion for parents. It uses AI to give you personalized advice, track emotional patterns in your household, suggest ways to de-escalate situations, help you navigate tantrums, homework fights, you name it, sibling conflict, all sorts of shit.
Is it something that's listening all the time? Is it like that weird one friend where you're wearing it around your neck and like? I think it's listening and giving you feedback and interaction.
I think it's that, or you're speaking to it and recounting kind of whatever the conflict might have been. But I have a feeling it is listening because it's measuring your emotional patterns and all these different signals. So I guess it just raised $14 million, right?
Bitches get stitches.
So the question for you guys is, would you trust an AI app to help you make parenting decisions?
No way, bro. No way. No. But I will tell you, I'll be quick with the business ideas. We should probably get with this company and tell them, yo, listen, man, we got a proprietary thing that would really kill the game with you guys. The abuela version of this, where you have it's like what's not Siri, what's the Amazon one?
Alexa,
you have the hubs around the house.
Yeah.
So you have the hubs around the house. It's trained to sound like your grandma in Spanish or whatever with the accent or whatever. And then when it hears you arguing with your kid, you could be like, "Mamá, dile algo a la niña," and then the grandma goes in, "Mija, that would kill the game.
Or it would interrupt what you're doing and then blame you as their child. Like, don't talk to the baby like that, blah, blah, blah.
It does all of that. It acts like a true grandmother, mother to you, to the parent, and grandmother to the kids, and it gives all the sweetness to the kids. It'll recommend to make them a meal real quick to calm things down. Like, dale una croqueta con un juguito.
But if you let it, the wild shit would be if you actually let it make the interruption based on what it's listening to. Like if it could actually make that decision.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, but I think the more natural way is because this is what would happen in my house is that,
the kid's always right.
No, oftentimes the grandma, not always, oftentimes the grandma would kind of try to stay quiet to not get involved, but then the parents would get so frustrated, or the kid would get frustrated, and they'll, kind of like when you try to pin the parents against each other, they'll try to get the grandma involved because they know the grandma is a little bit softer on things.
Yeah.
So if you go to the thing, be like, abuela o mamá, habla al niño este que no está escuchando, and then it'll go and it'll talk to them. Mijo, mira lo que pasa aquí, mijo. Tienes que escuchar tu papá. Te está diciendo esto.
Yo, your grandma voice is amazing, dog. Let me tell you.
His grandma with a cold.
But so like the whole purpose of this app is to.
Well, would you do it?
Fuck no. No.
Okay.
No way. But what's wild to me is somebody believes that this thing should exist, or some group of people, because they invested $14 million, right? And so the whole premise is like it's replacing the neighbor, the
You can't
neighborhood.
replace that, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so ridiculous.
But it is something
It's
that
basically
is,
it's a sounding board, especially the people's need for wanting advice or wanting another opinion. And if you don't have someone else that you trust, here's your
right. And to be more
friend.
antisocial. Like I really don't want to bring anybody in on the convo, but at the same time, you're bringing in the whole world because you're giving this AI all your information. You think it's private, but you don't know.
Eventually, that shit gets out there. But that's my point, right? So like, I've always thought about like, man, it would be dope to just do what we're doing. Did you see a demon? Are you hunting that motherfucker? But I always think like we are out of touch with like social interaction with people in real life, in real spaces, right? Because even this is removed from like the real experience. But if you gather a bunch of, 3 or 4 guys and you go to the bar and you doing your thing, but you're having conversations about real shit, like that helps connect that, right? It helps, at least from a dad perspective. Like I get a lot of value talking to you guys when we meet up in person or even like this and just address some of the things that I'm conflicted with, right? But a lot of cats don't, specifically dads, I feel like don't care to share shit that's because it's kind of close to the vest. So there is a big disconnect. Right, E?
I wonder if people are going to use that.
Use what?
It's going to be
that
interesting.
Thing. What is it called? Joy?
Yeah, Joy.
Listen, bro, that's from the same people that probably are, and this is morbid, that have an AI that's replicating their lost loved one, like their lost son, mother, father, and they're talking to it daily. That's the same people that are using this shit or going to use it.
It's the same premise. You're right.
Like, fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Are you guys snowplow parents?
But just think how Just think how when you used to watch Star Wars, it was like, man, C-3PO is really nice. Like he'd be cool to fucking hang out with.
Look, I'm actually very, very, very open to the future of robots helping us. Like I'm actually open to that. I just don't want to be the guinea pig for the early stages of how that's gonna affect people and how they're gonna, malfunction or how the AI is gonna throw out all your data everywhere. Eventually, we have no choice but to, get involved in all these things because it's going to be a part of everyday life. Like we're going to have no choice unless we just want to be those people that live, what do they call it? Off the grid.
Off the grid, yeah.
But, if we got kids going to school or whatever, it's going to be very hard to live off the grid. When they're done and out, I'm off the grid, man. I'm going to have a farm. My wife laughs at me that I say I'm going to have a farm, but we're going to have a farm.
Bro, do you have a green thumb or a brown thumb right now with plants in your house?
That sounds weird too.
Make sure the farm has DoorDash Chipotle delivering. You'll be all right.
No. You'll be all right. It's gonna be a piece of land that's close enough to a town that I can get deliveries. But it's not gonna be that kind of farm either. It's not gonna be a crazy farm. It's gonna be like a greenhouse with some stuff. I'm gonna have like 2 of a couple animals, like 2 chickens.
Oh, you're gonna be Noah.
2 goats, 2 cows, 2 alpacas. And 2 sheepdogs. Oh, my daughter wants 2 rabbits, but she's gonna be growing out the house.
Yo, well, actually,
Anyways, real quick, what I fucked up is I forgot to tell my son's jiu-jitsu teacher that we're not going today, and he hit me like, "Yo, what's up? I'm here, ready to fight."
Oh shit!
Like we're 30 minutes late.
You fucked up.
Now,
which I mean, I would have canceled on you guys. I'm fucking up, guys.
Now, what'd you say about snowplow parenting?
Yeah, like snowplowing people.
Snowplow parenting.
Never heard of that.
It's kind of this, helicopter parenting and similar, but basically this is like when parents remove all obstacles out of the way of their kids so they don't have to experience failure or any hardship. It's just like they're out there plowing everything so they don't have to deal with it. And like I think we've talked about this to some extent, but not using that term. A I was talking to my trainer earlier today, and I was like, he was telling me a story about his daughter and how she was walking home from school. Walking somewhere from school with her friend, and some kid in her class flipped her the bird. And, she was pissed off, and then she flipped the bird back, and she told her dad, like, yo, this happened. This happened to me. I did this back. I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I got pissed, and this is what I did. And then her dad was like, so what happened after? And she's like, nothing. He stopped. He's like, all right, cool. So it's over with. But I'm like, I know it wasn't that smooth. I'm like, what was your initial reaction? And he was like, yeah, I kind of wanted to like react, like, oh shit, something happened. Like, I want to go solve a problem type of shit. And he's like, no, but I just let the shit, like, I let her explain, and I thought everything was fine, so I let it rock. But I'm like, you know how many parents would still intervene and like create a situation that doesn't necessarily need to be created? At the end of the day, I told him, yo, you got two great benefits from that experience. One, she handled what she needed to handle. She's aware that flipping the bird ain't the way to go, but she used it in the context that if I'm her dad, I'd feel fine with her doing it. And then two, she's open and honest enough to have a conversation with you about the situation because she trusts you, and she knows, I guess you've proven that you're not going to start wilding out when something like that happens.
Well, let me ask you this with one step further with this, and what do you guys think about, when kids come to parents and like tell them something like this, like the ability for a parent to just listen and let them say what they have to say, and then also not chiming in on, here's what you should do, here's the advice, like telling them what to do, any of that kind of stuff. Because it's something that, my son has brought up sometimes. It's like, sometimes he just wants to say what went on during the day or explain a certain scenario. He's not necessarily wanting to hear the advice, or you should do this or do that, or, it's like the unsolicited advice. I mean, we have to do that as parents, but at the same time, there is something to finding the balance of, just letting them explain and vent or whatever, as opposed to always having to, and then it's almost like you kill the moment sometimes by having to, chime in with advice 24/7.
But that's the conundrum, because you never truly know when your kid actually wants or needs the advice versus they just want to tell you something and vent.
I think you can feel it though. Because like I fucked
maybe
that
with
up.
the older kids.
Yeah, for sure with the older. I screw that up all the time. Like, and I'm in the moment as I'm spitting whatever nonsense I'm spitting, instead of just falling back and letting them let it, air it out. I'm moving quick to like advice or blame. Like, oh, you got into that situation because you didn't do this or you did that. And right. I find myself like,
I told you.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm still fighting myself with this, but like the times that I catch myself and just shut up and support them, however, I feel like is necessary, almost always it results in a positive experience. And I'm always afraid that because I'm so quick to like correct them or give them some sort of counsel that they're not asking for, that they're going to withdraw and not want to share stuff like that. So I'm super afraid of that, but it's really hard.
Well, I had what would be the version of Snowplow from Miami? Snowplow Parent. What are we? Flood?
Hurricane parenting?
Yeah, hurricane, I guess.
I definitely had some stories from my daughter's recent gymnastics competition with the parents around us.
Oh, let's hear that.
No, I don't have time. I'm just telling you the preview for next week's conversation. And on top of that, with what we just talked about the kids venting and then solicit, getting the advice. My daughter also had an issue with a kid at school, one of her friends, where they're like having issues, and she was bringing that baggage home and having like an attitude here, and it ended up being that. And she confided in my wife, and so that's a whole other story too. But I'm gonna put a pin in that for next week, because I gotta go.
Gotta go.
All good. Until
All right,
next
y'all.
week, then.
Yes, sir.